So in previous lecture we talked about hyperplasia and hypertrophy. Now moving forward, let's see atrophy. So like hyperplasia and hypertrophy, we will be subdividing atrophy into three subheadings. First is definition of atrophy, then we will see the mechanism of atrophy, and lastly we will be seeing examples of atrophy. So in previous lecture we learned that when there is either increase, decrease or change in the stress, it leads to adaptation. Here there is decrease in stress. This decrease in stress leads to decrease in organ size. This is the form of adaptation here. So decrease in organ size is called as atrophy. So examples of decrease in stress can be either decrease in hormonal stimulation, decrease in nutrition supply, decrease in blood supply, etc. So this is the definition of atrophy. Moving forward, let's see the mechanism of atrophy. So basically this decrease in organ size can occur through two methods. First is decrease in cell size and second is decrease in number of cells. So decrease in cell size occurs through ubiquitin proteasome degradation and autophagy, while the decrease in number of cells occurs through apoptosis. Apoptosis is also called as programmed cell death. We will talk about apoptosis later. Let's dive a little bit deep and learn about ubiquitin proteasome degradation and autophagy. So in ubiquitin proteasome degradation, there are intermediate filaments of cytoskeleton which are tagged with ubiquitin and destroyed by proteasomes. Hence this is called as ubiquitin proteasome degradation. And in autophagy of cellular components, this involves generation of autophagic vacuoles, and these vacuoles fuse with lysosomes, which releases hydrolytic enzymes that results in breakdown of cellular components. So this is the mechanism of atrophy. Now lastly we will talk about the examples of atrophy. So examples of atrophy is further divided into two types. First is pathological and second is physiological. So examples of pathological atrophy is pressure atrophy, so basically what happens in pressure atrophy is when there is presence of tumor and the surrounding tissue around the tumor is compressed by the tumor, that leads to decrease in nutrition and blood supply, which causes atrophy. Now the example of physiological atrophy is disappearance of thymus. With this, we have completed our topic of atrophy. Hope to see you in next lecture.